So we decided to have a little drive out. We've seen this signpost a number of times over the years, and I mentioned it last night, and then Daniel mentioned it this morning about why not go to a car boot. I did check back because I know it had been some time since we've been to one, and it was over 5 years ago was the last one we went to. I used to do car booting myself with my mother-in-law, especially when my boys were little, and as they got older, I felt it got a little bit too expensive. Plus, I felt quite a few times people were disrespectful and wanted stuff for next to nothing. I know we want to get rid of stuff doing car boots, which is not a problem. And I always felt that I put reasonable prices on my items due to the fact I didn't want to take them home. And yes, I was one of these people at the end of the car boot. If there was one or two items that I wasn't sure about letting go for nothing, yes, I'd pack them back in the car, but then I'd make a pile and say everything free and things like that, if it makes sense, because you don't want to take stuff back. But this is actually on a edge of a farm. It's actually farm ground, but it turns out they've been doing these car boots for absolutely years. It just means that, especially when I think I might have got it on sort of camera as we're leaving, there was two lanes. This one went sort of round at the back of the car boot. Maybe if we took the I think it was the right hand lane, it would have been closer, and I think they do that specifically if it is that busy, so there's not too much congestion. It was busy for a Thursday. Okay, so we're at a car boot. It's actually Thursday because Daniel's got a day off because he's got to work a day next week on his day off. I will do a haul. I bought, I think, a couple of cars in. We got two of these, and I got these for £7. I knocked them down. I got a pair. We're just sitting down. Luckily, bought my cool bag with my ice blocks in with drinks. I got my Stitch, and I knocked her down and got it for £8 instead of 10. It is a Build Your Bear one, I think, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, Build a Bear Workshop, but I wanted to Stitch, and I've been looking at them a lot more. I probably will do a haul. I got a couple of other bits, and I got this to go with all the stuff that Carol gave me for the games room, because it's the brown leather. Got those, that's my fleece. Yeah, we had to laugh this morning because I bought thick fleeces and everything. So we're gonna have a drink. We're sitting trying the stools out, aren't we?
Oh, sure.
And we're in the middle of sort of nowhere, but it is a big car boot, and we only actually did, I think, one and a bit rows, didn't we, so far? So we're just having another drink, and he got his slushy. Didn't have one on holiday, did you?
No.
And like I said, things like this, if it's going to be warm or don't know how long we're going to be, I did pack some bottled drinks as well, and plastic cups and everything. So we did have some cheesy chips, didn't we? Something else did we have them away? We didn't, did we? No. So we're just waiting. A few of them are starting to pack up now, but we didn't get round it all, did we, my darling? And it has actually turned out really warm.
Probably about 95% of it.
Yeah, and it's just gone, well, it's coming up to 1:10. So we're just having a sit, have a drink, and then we will pull off. So some of this I'm speaking in real time, other times I'm doing a voiceover like now and at the start of this video, so I do apologise for repeating anything. We had an amazing time. Even Daniel enjoyed himself. We did start sort of taking our jumpers off and everything, because you never know what our weather's going to be like, and it just spot on, although it really did get hot. So that's why we didn't quite finish, like I was saying, and Yeah, it is a bit rough going back, and there's a comment, I don't know if it will reach through while I'm doing this voiceover, that we did end up going on the grass. Daniel did drive this occasion. I am trying to do a little bit more driving, as I keep mentioning, but now I know where it is. It is sort of out on the outskirts of town, so it's not too bad to get to. So if it's a nice day, it's really nice to get here. And this one actually runs, funny enough, on a Thursday, so we thought it wasn't going to be busy, and also on a Saturday. So this is my pile of stuff. I will actually do a haul and share what I've got, hopefully getting the correct pricings when I can remember. But some things that I got sort of like bulk on a particular store, so I got things more reasonable than what was stated. Right, now for my haul. Excuse the state of me. A bit hot and bothered, but I had an amazing morning. It was a late start, Carboot. It doesn't start until 11 o'clock. We was there actually before 11, so we thought, oh, they're not going to let in, but they did. So I'm not sure exactly what time they let in. It does actually say on their website and everything that they don't let in till 11 o'clock, or it doesn't start till 11. But we found that as we got about 3/4 of the way through it, some of the vendors, that the earlier ones, were actually packing up. It was getting so hot, not that I'm complaining, it was better than it being raining. Well, we wouldn't have gone if it was raining anyway. But a couple of the vendors that we spoke to, as I call them, was saying they've never had it so busy on a Thursday. And I was surprised myself and my son, because I didn't think he'd want to go. And he said, well, we haven't been to one for so long, Mum, let's go. So I really enjoyed it. I don't know if the last ones we went to was when we was in Cornwall, and I looked back because I had got some videos, and it was like 5 years ago. I know we haven't been since lockdown, and since then, no way. But anyway, that's beside the point. Now, I'll try and make it not making you giddy or anything, and I try so hard to sort of say the prices and everything. And I will say, hands up, I'm very respectful of the vendors. Like I might have mentioned right at the beginning of my video, when we was coming into the grounds of the car boot, I've had some really nasty people basically doing car boots. This time, you know, being at the other side as well, everybody, I think because the sun was there, everybody was polite, everybody was having a really good time. But it was things like, you know, being knocked down in price and barter. I've done it myself, both sides, as I said, behind your stall and sort of in front of it. But some people can be really rude, and I've had it where I've had people arguing. Whether it was a different time back then, I don't know. You'd have thought things were worse. I think they're better. And that was one reason I gave it up, because even though you want to get rid of stuff, I wasn't one of these. I wanted to make a bit of money, especially as I wasn't working at the time, and I had 2 kids, and a lot of things when they were going through phases like I don't know, Power Rangers, Scooby-Doo, Masked Rider, a lot of different things. And very often, especially Ghostbusters as well, I'd collect the characters and everything, especially as they were probably losing sort of you know, the popularity. But my kids got into that sort of thing. It was another era and everything like that. So that was the sort of thing. Things I've brought, you can't see, but you might remember when I've showed you my home, there's a little tiny bit of carpet. It was brand new. That's in my back doorway. It's been down 26 years, and I paid about £2, maybe 4 at the most, because whatever I actually made at a car boot, I would then go and spend, especially as I had my list, as I said, because we only had one wage coming in for quite a few years. So that was one way how I subsidised getting things like books. I used to collect all the Ladybird books, which I regret getting rid of because I collected a whole wad of them. But then again, you can't keep everything, can you? So let me, waffled on enough, let's get on now. And I'll try and sort of tell the prices what I can remember. And my son's having a bath, so I can't really. The first thing was like 2 cars in, and I got these stools. They're black, and I looked at them, and I half expected Daniel to say, well, why do you want those, Mum? And I'm thinking no, because every time we have a family get together and want to sit at the table, we're having to move like the big computer chairs. The one upstairs is really heavy. We tend to try not bring that down and think. And chairs can be expensive, even sometimes on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace. So I got these, and it just so happened it was the colouring I like, black. These look so that they've actually not long been painted up with this sort of grey, sort of beautiful material top. And he did say that they easily can be covered underneath, so I could use my black and white gingham material, but to tell you the truth, it ticked the boxes for my dining room table. And I'm hoping, if I didn't want them actually out because they don't actually stack on top of one another, I'm hoping that I pull my chairs out and I can actually slide these actually under the table, then pull my other dining room chairs in. So I've got 2 of these. So that's, and so this was like 2 cars in that we just got in. And I asked him what price. I had a price in my mind, but sometimes I do this. And I thought, well, as long as I've won over £10, I'll have them. And he said 8. And I said, oh, could you do a little bit more? Would you take 7? You know, smiling and everything. My son was there. He said, yeah, go on. He says, I don't want to take them home. So, yeah, I got 2 stools. My colouring, tick. It was something on my list for £7. So I was really pleased with those. And like I said, I'm hopefully they will just slot under the table. If not, they don't look bad actually out. I will find a home. So I got 2 stools, and I've already tried one because I'm only 5 foot. It's only just a little tiny bit sort of taller than my chairs, but for short people, I say only a little bit. Perfect. I've already tried it up my dining room table. Tick. It just meant to be. So I've got 2 of those for £7. Right. This is probably not in any particular order. Sometimes when you get a group of things, everything is okay. Now this one, she hadn't an hard, and I thought, oh, you know, I was waiting. Sometimes, you know, people give you snap figures. A lot of things didn't have prices on. I don't know whether these people are like, you know, you make an offer or whatever and they will decide. But I had, I thought, I'll go up to £2. And she said, you can have it for £1. Not going to barter. Like I said, I choose what I'm going to. Whatever I wanted, I didn't actually walk away from, which is probably a first. So this was £1, and it feels absolutely gorgeous. I don't know what it says on the ticket. Nutmeg. This is a large. And she charged me £1. You know me and my flies, and this is what I've got. I thought this is something like, especially if you want to snuggle or something, you know, when I've had my bath or whatever. And it's this sort of green. Don't go for a lot of green, but this, I love this sort of green. And there we are. I haven't got much green, and it's this fleece. And the one thing I do check is I do check the zip a few times, you know what I mean? When she said £1, yeah, I'll have it. I think people were so hot that I think they would, a lot of these that don't probably go once in a while or whatever, just want to get rid of stuff. So it is quite a, I think I said a large, I think it was a large. So I do like them quite big. As I said, I presume it's a fit, I don't know, nutmeg, I don't know, you probably comment. And it's got the pocket. It reminds me very much like my Winnie the Pooh style fleece, so it's got the pockets, it's got the zip and everything, and it feels really good. And to tell you the truth, it looks almost new. So that was £1 tick. I'm always, you know, I was trying to be limited. I keep saying this when I'm buying things, of things that I was looking out for. So there's certain things that I've got to see if I can get rid of anything. So that's all I've got on that one stall. Again, don't get, not rolling his eyes, but he got into some conversations with some of the vendors as well. So sometimes, you know, even that, you know, and I haven't checked these, but she was a very nice lady, and I saw this. I think, was this all I got from this store, or did I get those? No, I think that was all. I saw this game and I mentioned it. It's Kaplunk. I remember having this when I was little. Well, no, maybe, yeah, I did think I'd had it. I know my son's had this game, and this, she got a ticket of £1.50. So I don't know if it's complete. Hopefully it is. Kaplunk. After I bought a couple of games previously, yeah, and of course they're big boxes as well. We got talking because we were looking at the DVDs. She said, oh, can I help you with anything? We said, we're looking through your DVDs, because DVDs were so reasonable. I think it's with all the media stations and everything. And we said, oh, yeah, it seems to, she said, I swap them out. So obviously she does it regularly. We said, well, most of the DVDs, funny enough, that you've got, we found this with a lot of vendors, that they're the same ones of what we've already got. Trying to limit DVDs. Yeah, I've got quite a few actually. But we'd already got them. And she said, oh, I'm sorry. I said, no. I said, oh, then Daniel was talking to her, and I said, oh, I'm just going to have a look, because I said I want to have a look at that Kaplunk, because I'd like to try and buy games, if I can, from the charity shop or secondhand, rather than buy them brand new, because you don't feel as though you're wasting money, and you can swap them out or pass them on. So I saw the Kaplunk game, and I said, oh, I think I might have that one, you know. And I thought, well, you know, hopefully it's complete. I mean, most times I've been to car boots, they have been really good, and they have been complete, whatever I've purchased. So she said, yeah, she said, oh, yeah, if you really want it, she said, you can have it for £1. It's getting hot. I thought, oh, okay then, £1. You know, why I don't risk it. I thought I would. And then I was looking at this one. I haven't opened this one. Hopefully it's complete. She said, oh, I haven't put £1 on that. Sorry, I haven't put a price on that. And I said, oh, and I was reading the back. I said, it says Ultimate Family Games Night In. 200 trivia questions to test your knowledge. 200 artistic questions across 3 decades. 600 quick fire yes or no questions and things like that. I might open these or may do a you know, share them. And that's that. I was reading the back because I said I'm terrible when it comes to sport and geography and that. And she said, oh, I haven't put £1, like I said. She says, oh, if you want Kaplunk, you want that, I'll let you have them for £1 each. So I got 2 games for £1 each. So I was really, really pleased with that. Like I said, the only thing is some of these boxes are quite bulky, and I've only just bought a couple of games and things. So I'm going to have to be careful. This was sort of towards, we started at the wrong end actually. It was just where we parked. We sort of parked where the last ones come in. So by the time we were getting through it, some of the earlier ones that come regularly, I think, packing up. This guy was packing up, and I was saying, I won't go buy any more DVDs, but there you go. We are going away again to Dorset, so sometimes I like to take a bit of viewing. He was packing up and says, oh, you can have the 2 DVDs for 50p. So I was like, oh, okay, thank you. This one, I probably have got 1 and 2, not sure about number 3. It is actually a 3-film collection of Night at the Museum. So I have got Night at the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian, is that how you pronounce it? And then Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb. I'm not sure if I've seen the third one. Probably have. Don't know. But there you go. So that is actually, and I did quickly check, and the two of them were on one disc and that, so that it was all there. So 3 movies in that box set. And then the other one, I don't think I've seen it. I like Wesley Snipes. There's quite a few sort of celebrities, actors and everything that I do, like male and female. So I haven't seen this. This is the Contractor, and it's this one. I haven't actually think I've seen this. So yeah, so basically counting that, that's 4 movies for 50 pence. At least these, if you don't want to keep them, then I can pass them on or send them to the charity shop or whatever. Sometimes I have actually left them at the accommodation with a note saying, well, I haven't forgot these, if you want them, or allowed to pass them on or whatever, do so. I know when we've been to camping in caravan in the past, some of the receptions have DVDs and books, and if I didn't want to necessarily take something home that I've got previously from a car boot or whatever second-hand store or charity shop, then we've watched them and left them. So those 2 were for 50 pence. Sorry, I'm just starting a little bit fresh here because I'm still having problems with my software. My son's got a couple of days off, so he's going to try and sort my software out and everything. I'm bin managing, that's why it's still a bit fritzy here and there. Right, I did mention some things I've repeated because I quickly did a little sort of pause when we was there and said this is quite dusty, but it's in really good condition. He only charged me £1. Again, I thought I might pay about £2 for it, but he said £1. And again, I wasn't knocking them down. Certain things, yes, I think the more expensive an item is, the more likely I try and see if I can get a little bit off. But there you go. And I got this for £1, so this will go lovely with all that brown leather stuff for one of the desks in the games room. And then I think I've got 2 or 3 different pots up there, so I should get rid of those and put this in its place along with I say the little storage that Carol gave me, and this will probably be nice sitting on one of the boxes. So I thought for £1. To tell you the truth, that doesn't have to be for stationery, that could be for makeup, almost anything, craft stuff, anything like that. I was quite reserved what I purchased. There was only 1 or 2 things that I did walk away and said I might be back. I didn't promise, and like a couple of craft stools and things like that. I've got die cuts, but I have got quite a few, and I have got a few on order from Temu as well. That was the only thing from that particular store. Right, this is from a clothing store. Everything was 20 pence. So I haven't tried these on yet. As I said, I'm just cooling down now. This one is a Primark one. It is a size 16. As I said, sometimes, and it's lovely material, stretchy. And I just fancied, you know, a couple of my older t-shirts that I do my cleaning in and everything, I might get rid of and have these. And it feels a lovely material. Primark, depending on when this was actually in the stores, obviously their sizing is different. That's why I went for a 16. I've mentioned this a number of times. I think some of the sizing now, I'm finding this was actually, I can't remember if I've got an extra large in this, but yeah, I've got one of my Saints t-shirts on. I got this from Temu, and I might have to do a size down. So I've got a 16 in this. It's quite stretchy, and it's immaculate condition. You can tell under like the arms and everything. So I would give it a go. And for clothing wise, especially like a few things, you know, that's one reason I don't tend to mind paying out and risking items. I don't tend to buy a lot of clothing for myself or anybody from Car Boots. Because the charity shops that I often go to, you can take items back. Again, I've never took anything back. So that was 20 pence. Daniel said, oh, it's that black and white thing, isn't it? And this is totally different to what I would normally get. It is new look. It's, again, it's a size 16. and it happens to be, I'm not sure whether I'm going to like this on or not, but I thought I'll give it a go. Yes, it is a bit crazy. Again, 20 pence. So it's a white sort of top bit going into this black and white gingham. It is a top. I thought with the leggings, even if it's in the home, I want to, you know, I've got a bit of a slump wearing the same thing. I'll go through stages like this. So I thought, well, I'll see what it's like, even with my black leggings, like that. And it goes into that thing. Because failing that, I thought, even for 20p for the material, that bit of material, I'll give it a go and see. Like I said, New Look. I used to shop, when I was working, I used to shop New Look a lot. But most of our New Looks have closed now. But yeah, 20 pence. So the white top with the black and white gingham. And I thought with my leggings, that should be nice. And I thought maybe, you know, just putting something different on when I'm round the home and everything. Summertime, when the weather's nice and everything, got a bit more up and go than the winter. I did get another phone call. I've had about 3 or 4 from my surgery about all my tests, and they said realistically you need to start and continue and start again on vitamin D, because my blood test came up lacking in vitamin D. Yeah. And that's why I think I very often get the winter blues. So this, I'm really pleased with that. Hopefully that will fit. Again, I will give it to Chatty. If not, that's that bag. Yeah, Daniel bought me quite a lot. This was been on the list, but I kept saying to myself, you know, maybe it's a little bit wasting for a 50+ woman. But I've said you're never too old for Disney, and this is one of those Build-A-Bear workshop. And she had quite a few different toys on this stall, got any different prices, and she had quite a few this sort of size different characters for £10. And Nard left it, then went to sort of the end of the stall looking at different things, you know. Actually, I don't think I picked anything up for my granddaughter, which is a surprise. And I thought, oh, I love this. I've always, you know me, I've got a stitch on my phone, but I want things that are quite useful. Okay, this is not exactly useful. And I think it is absolutely gorgeous. And I umped and dared. I picked it up back 3 times, put it back down. Just smiling, laughing. I said, yeah, I'm not supposed to be buying any more toys. I said, you don't happen to do a little bit better on the price, do you? Maybe a little bit of a reduction. She said, I know you want it, £8. I said, yeah, I'll take it. I think I would have paid the £10 anyway, because I've seen them smaller than this in Primark, and they're a lot more expensive. Even Temu are more expensive and things like that. And when we were sitting having that last drink before we pulled off, Daniel said, oh, this is, saw him checking. I said, oh, you're looking to see how much it was? And he said, yeah. He says, do you want to have a guess, Mum, how much it is? I said, yeah, Build-A-Bear type thing. I said, oh, what, £18? He said, more. £20 more, £25 more, and it's £27.50 at the moment. I suppose depending, I think most of them are about the same. So I thought, yeah, and I got him for £8, you know. Yeah, I love Stitch, so yeah, got that. Right, I think last bag now. Luckily I took bags. I'll try and sort of get these out and have a sort out what stores I've got from which place. There's a couple of oddments, just some animals, and I got this. There was a stall, and Dan said, oh, this is your kind of stall, Mum. I thought, oh, okay. And I saw some books, and I said, oh, why, we should look at the books. We've only just bought a book. You haven't finished sort of reading the last one, the Clarkson Farm one? And he says, it's free, Mum. So yeah, and the bloke said, yeah, I don't want to take it home. So I actually got this few loose bits, some animals, because I find these animal things can be quite expensive. So I picked up a few bits. So I'm just trying to unload these, and I think I've got some more animals I say some of these things are quite expensive, and I want to, even if my granddaughter don't play with them, she likes the little animals. I thought these sort of things, little horses and everything, would make nice things in those plastic baubles, making decorations and everything, if you know what I mean. And I thought, oh, I'm sure the panda bear's going to be nice, but I don't know exactly what this is from. Whether it's one of those. Oh, it says Paddington, The Adventures of Paddington. Yeah, I think that's what I saw, the red hat. But yeah, so I just got a few bits. I wasn't gonna, there was so many bits and pieces. Yes, I could have done it, but Ken, yeah. I said I hadn't bought anything for my granddaughter. Yeah, just these few little bits. So I think I'm up to that. Right. Another stall, I was talking to a lady, I was looking at the jigsaws and I thought, well, I've got a lot of jigsaws that I haven't actually done. I think, did I get a couple of, yeah, I think I got a couple of DVDs possibly from this one as well. I'm just trying to work out to give you an idea. She gave me the little booklet because she sealed it down and then she forgot to put it in. It's actually a jigsaw. Hopefully this is complete. Someone's put on there complete March 2023. So yeah, and it's this 1,000 piece bits and pieces mystery puzzle. Never done one of these before. So there's the booklet. Murder at Bedford Manor. Assemble the puzzle, read the mystery booklet, which hopefully this is it. Mystery booklet. Search for the clues and solve the crime. And to tell you the truth, I didn't actually read all that. I actually looked at this. She had so many jigsaws. But I had to be careful because we've still got quite a few. And we've still got ones that we had at Christmas that we haven't had time to do. But it was the design that I loved on that one. So she said, oh, and this is another one because this was towards the, well, 3/4 of the way in and a lot were packing up, like I said, because it was getting so hot. She says, you can have it for £1. I said, oh, okay then, thank you. So that's that one. I've never done one like that. Not sure, I'm trying to figure out whether this was the same stall. I can't remember. Yeah, I think these were 20 pence. I think I did get them from that one with the jigsaw. Not that it really matters to you, but I was trying to figure out. That's why I wanted to get this done as soon as I can. I got 2 movies. I got The Rock. I don't know how many times I've probably purchased this. It's a double one, so it's got extras on. I've mentioned this before. I probably have hauled this before. I can always pass this on. This is one of my favourite with Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage, if you've seen it. So there's that one. And I'm sure these were 20p each from the same store. This one's actually a double pack one. This is Ferngully. I think I used to have this. I may have it. But if I have, I can pass this on to my granddaughter. Not sure if I've watched the second one. I've watched the first one because I think the vehicle is the voice of Tim Curry, if I remember rightly. So I have watched the first one, but I don't remember watching the second one. So I actually got 3 movies for 40 pence. So I think, yeah, I'm sure it was the same lady I got that jigsaw from. This one was halfway through. A lot of things was like £4, £3, £2, £1, things like that. And he was also getting hot and bothered, I think. And so I picked up one item and he said to me, he says, it's getting hot. He says, I want to close down. He says, to tell you what, you know, pick out some stuff and we'll do a deal. I said, oh, okay, fair enough. So I started off. I picked this one up. It's actually still all sealed up. It's this one, IRT, Ice Road Truckers. Well, I remember we watched the documentary of the Australian truckers in the outback. This is the complete season 4. Not sure. I asked Daniel. I don't know whether we've seen any of these. And like I said, it's a 4 DVD box set, and it's got an 84-piece magazine with it as well. So we do like things like this, and it's completely sealed. And this is when he said, oh, if you make a group of things, it was going to be £2. And so I picked it up and I thought, wow, 4 DVDs, £2 it's set. I thought if we like it, we might be able to research and get more either on Prime or Netflix or anything like that, or even Kegs. But I'll see what it's like, because I like some of these. So I picked that one up, and then I mentioned about this book. I'm trying to get my son to read a bit more. This is Ben Fogel, I think you pronounce it. Land Rover, the story of the car that conquered the world. And I remember seeing him in an island documentary type thing. So, as you know, my son's a mechanic and everything. So, yeah. So I thought, well, yeah, he was saying books are £1 again. He said, just grab a pile of stuff and we'll price it all up. So, yeah. So that was the first 2 items. I got a message there. That's the trouble when I film. I wanted to see that message was sort of distracting me, so I wanted to check that. So, picked this one up. This is all the same store. This is why I thought I'd leave this one to last. This is Men Behaving Badly. Contains over 17 hours of comedy. The complete 6-series collector's edition box set. Not sure. Hopefully it's complete. I remember watching this with hubby. Yep. Looks like it's all complete. And so I picked this up because my son has actually started getting the box sets, like Only Fools and Horses. Loved that. And because I said it was really good, Open All Hours, all that sort of generation sort of thing. And he's really loving that. So I had some of the box sets. So I said, oh, maybe you would like to watch this. Because he said, oh, even though they're younger, he said, I recognise these people. And I said, yeah. And I didn't realise it was I didn't read it all. I thought it was actually series 2. But it's all of it. I didn't read all the numbers. So 6 seasons of it. So I picked that up. I remember hubby used to like this one. So I thought, well, I'll pick that one up. We like to take these things, especially when we go away, you know, just relaxation time in between. So we've got them. Then I was looking through the Disney movies, and I said, I was looking at your Disney movies. I said, I think I've got a lot of them. And he said, oh, because I'd had 3 items. He said, do you know what? Because he originally had £1 each on them, because they're Disney. I said, I think I've got all of them. He says, oh, 50p. He says, well, again, I'll give you a deal, I think. So I said, so Daniel grabbed them. So we got Up. So some of these are probably duplicated. I can pass them on. We've got this one, which is short films. That one. Then we've got Finding Nemo. I need to double check because I've got a lot from the charity shop, but I can pass some of these on. The Incredibles and Toy Story 2. I haven't even checked the boxes, but a lot of these vendors tend to be really good. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah. So he said, oh, so yeah. So that went in my pile, and then I umped and ahed, and I said, oh, An Idiot Abroad. I said, oh, I don't think I've ever seen that. He said, oh, that's really funny. It's not that I'm spending your money. And I said, oh, okay. So I thought, oh, you know, something else we could probably watch and pass on. So, yeah, that went in the pile. So, in the end, he charged me £4 for that lot, which I thought was really good. A lot of movies and everything, but I really will go through them and see what I've got and then pass the others on. But if you imagine, I say that's what, 2 seasons there, I suppose. And then I've got the Disney movies. that is 6 seasons then, a book, and this one whole season there. So I did really well. So that all that was £4. As originally he was just saying he didn't really want to take stuff back, and he kept saying, oh, he said everything for £1. And then as I was piling up, he said, oh, just give me £4. So I thought, oh, okay then, thank you very much, you know. So I think I've done absolutely amazing, although I've now got to go around our home, which I might do in the next day or so, and pull stuff out with my bucket and see what I can get rid of, because these things come in, I think, and yeah, and maybe pull some of the older DVDs out again. I keep saying I'm not going to buy any more DVDs, but there you go. I mean, even if I keep them up for the winter and everything, I think it's good. So I got a couple of things that I really wanted. Like I said, I do have sort of on my phone a wish list and everything. I can get certain things, you know, either charity shop or sort of borrow or get given or whatever, put feelers out. I think that's nice, because especially if it's something someone else is getting rid of, you know, you're helping them out, you're helping yourself out. And I've said this a lot, even shop your home, which I try and do. Yeah, I think I'm going to be visiting this car boot again. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.